Hello again, everybody. This is TJ, the Stereo-Bargainphile, and I am really pumped up today to bring you another in-depth review of a newer product from Emotiva, the BTR-1. This is a Bluetooth receiver, and it's an outboard Bluetooth receiver, which means you can hook it up to just about anything that has an analog input on the back of it, whether it be a receiver, integrated amp, or a preamp. But what's really unique about this Emotiva BTR-1 is, for one, the price is only 80 bucks. But not only can you run it out analog output out of it, but you can also run 2 digital outputs out of this Bluetooth receiver, which makes that really great for a lot of people that really like their DACs that are built inside their receiver, integrated amps, or preamps. If they like their internal DAC better, then you can run this out digital. Now, if you like the DAC that's built inside the Emotiva BTR-1, well, you can just hook it up, output through analog through RCA unbalanced. But anyways, I had 4 friends come over yesterday to help me distinguish the sound quality in this Bluetooth receiver. I've owned a lot of Bluetooth receivers, you all. I mean a whole lot, because I love Bluetooth. Even though I'm an audiophile, yes, we all know that Bluetooth is compressed a lot, and it don't have problem much in the bass or the mid-range, but the treble from like 18,000 kilohertz to 20,000 kilohertz, well, it can kind of lose magic that you have in a lot of other recordings and stuff, when you play super audio CDs or FLAC files, loose leaf files with a connection. But anyways, this Bluetooth receiver is 4 inches in depth, 4 inches across. It's 1 1/4 of an inch deep. It's how high it stands. But anyways, I want to go ahead, because I want to make this a quick review for people. I want to go ahead and tell you I had 4 friends come over yesterday. My friend that's a DJ, another friend of mine, Sean, that's been a friend of mine for a long time, and Ray came over yesterday, that's been a friend of mine since '06. So 4 of us yesterday went through and we listened to all kinds of CDs. We categorized CDs in 3 different categories: poor sounding, good sounding, and great sounding CDs. So we used a $400 CD player, and we listened to all kinds of CDs. I mean, about 6 or 7 hours yesterday, we all just hung out, listened to music. We all, were enthusiastic about our music. 2 of us are crucial audiophiles, and 2 of them, well, they wasn't, but they still love good quality sound and music. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give it straight to you. We done a 5-star rating on this. We rated the bass, we rated the mid-range, and we rated the top end, the highs. But anyways, my friend DJ, who's actually a real DJ, it travels all across the U.S. putting on big shows. But anyways, he rated the overall sound quality at a 4.0. Ray, now DJ is a crucial audiophile, by the way. He rated it at a 4.0. Ray is just a casual listener. Listens to music just about as much as TV. But anyways, she scored it a 4.6. Then my friend Sean, who's been an audiophile since probably a year or 2 before me, he gave the overall sound quality a 4.6. And then I scored the overall sound quality of the Emotiva BTR-1 compared against a $400 CD player playing bad recordings, good recordings, and great recordings. I scored it a 4.2. So the overall sound quality that us 4 gave this BTR-1 Bluetooth receiver was a 4.2, was the overall score. And I think that's a great score for Bluetooth. I've been wanting Bluetooth, to get that true high definition, sound. And I know I don't want to throw anything off on an Emotiva review, but Sony's been working on that LDAC a lot. But but it's not quite there yet. But anyways, this Emotiva BTR does play the latest aptX 3.0 and 4.0. I better get that in there before I forget it. But anyways, we played this through 4 different amplifiers. That's right, 2 amplifiers were digital and 2 amplifiers were just all analog. We wanted to, really go back and forth with that. Here on top, you'll see that I have a digital Marantz NR1403. We use this for digital and analog. We went back and forth because this Marantz has both hookups. I normally don't do home theater, but this is a home theater receiver that didn't come with Bluetooth being built into it. So, I wanted to throw this in here because if there's people out there that spend a lot of money on their home theater receivers and it doesn't have built-in Bluetooth, then, they may sell it or go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on another receiver that does have the Bluetooth. Instead of doing that, you can easily, $80, go pick up this Emotiva BTR-1 Bluetooth receiver. And the built-in DAC, I don't know exactly the specifics of the chip that they use. I do know they use an op amp where it is most important, and that's through the output. The digital output does seem to sound louder than the analog output on this Bluetooth receiver, but they both sound good enough. This is one of the best sounding Bluetooth receivers I have on, counting the digital and the analog and its price point. But anyways, and then we went ahead and we hooked it up to the all analog right here. This is the Yamaha RX 396. This is all analog. So I had to run analog out of the Emotiva BTR-1. It sounded great. But when it sounded its best is when I got my separate DAC. This is my separate DAC. That's what makes this digital output awesome. So just pretend like this is any DAC in the world. You could run your digital out of your Bluetooth receiver to your digital input into your DAC, and then analog out of your DAC to your analog, receiver, integrated amp, or amp. When we did that on our analog, and my preamp down here is the P304 Accio Integra. When we put a DAC in between, just a separate DAC, we got a lot better sound. Now saying that, that's on a separate DAC, but now saying that, it actually was about even when it come to running digital output of the BTR-1 receiver. When we ran the digital out to the Marantz and to the Pioneer SXN30, then we used the internal DACs of both these receivers. And I must say, they were very, very close in sound quality. But a separate DAC in between, the Bluetooth receiver or your receiver integrated amp or preamp does have better sound. I'm not knocking the DAC inside of the BTR-1 at all. I don't know what it is. I do know it has a DAC chip. I thought it would be what Emotiva normally uses in most of their preamps and their integrated amps and their receivers. They use that Analog Devices 1955 chip, and a lot of people like that chip. The only real problem I had with this Bluetooth receiver at all was, like I said, up in that 18,000 kilohertz to 20,000 kilohertz. It didn't have much of that magic in it until I hooked up a separate DAC to run this to. But most people will be more than happy with this Bluetooth receiver. For $80, that is really, really cheap. I highly recommend it. And then us 4 of us, we went over the overall rating of the price and the build quality. And overall on that, we scored it a 4.4. And overall, we got the 4.4 and we got the 4.2 for the sound quality, build quality, and price was at the 4.2 and the 4.4. So overall, the total score of this Bluetooth receiver, we gave it a 4.3, which I think is excellent, and I do highly recommend this Bluetooth receiver. I believe anybody out there would be very happy with it. But later on, I will upload another video of doing what I call a music demo, but I call it a music review. But anyway, until next time, this is TJ, the Stereo-Bargainphile.